Hello there, I'm Black White News, and I just want to talk about a feeling I had the other day about my laptop listening to me. So I want to share that with you. Sometimes I catch myself wondering if my laptop is listening to me. Not in a dramatic sci fi way, not because I think there's someone on the other end of the microphone scribbling notes about my life. It's subtler than that, it's quieter and it's more unsettling. It's that moment when I'm looking for a train ticket and the price changes while I'm still deciding. One minute it's affordable, the next it's jumped, just like it's sensed hesitation. Or when I search for something I've only just thought about, not said out loud, and there it is, waiting for me. Or when two people sit side by side, same room, same time, same search, and somehow we're shown different prices, different offers, different versions of reality. And there's no explanation, no apology, no transparency, just a quiet assumption that this is normal now. At first, you laugh it off, you tell yourself you're imagining things, you don't want to sound dramatic, you don't want to be that person. But the feeling doesn't go away, it settles in your body, a sense that something is watching, not your words, but your patterns, your pauses, your urgency, your vulnerability. And then you realize it's not listening. It doesn't need to. It's watching how long you hover, how many times you come back, whether you scroll up or down, whether you hesitate before clicking, whether you leave and return, what time of day you're searching, whether you're tired, whether people like you usually buy at this stage. You're leaking information constantly without ever opening your mouth. So the system doesn't ask what's fair, it asks what will this person tolerate? And that's a very different question because fairness treats people equally. Optimization treats people strategically. And when you realize that, something shifts inside you because it means the price isn't the price. The offer isn't the offer. The reality you're seeing isn't neutral, it's curated, calculated, personalised, not for your well-being, but for the outcome that it wants. To spend more, decide faster, don't wonder, don't compare, don't think too long, just comply. That's what it's demanding you to do. And the strangest part is how invisible it all is. There's no sign saying this price has been adjusted because you seem emotionally invested. No label saying we've decided you'll probably pay this. It happened when I wanted to book a ticket to my brother's wedding in Barbados. I found an all-inclusive ticket for myself and my partner for 4,200. I decided to check another site to see if I could get it cheaper, but it was £1,000 more. And when I went back to the original site, I couldn't find the price it had offered originally. It had also jumped up £1,000. No disclaimer saying someone else sees something different. I'm left alone with the feeling, that quiet creeping sense that I was being nudged, steered, managed. And I started to doubt myself instead. Am I imagining this? Am I being paranoid? Is it just coincidence? And that self-doubt is important because when people don't trust their own perception, they stop questioning the system. They internalize the discomfort, they turn it inward. But listen, this feeling didn't come from nowhere. Human beings have always known when power is uneven. You can feel it in a room, in a relationship, in a conversation, where one side knows more, sees more, controls more. What's new is that the power imbalance now lives inside everyday objects, inside phones, laptops, platforms we depend on just to move through the world. You don't need to be doing anything wrong to feel uneasy, you just need to notice. Notice that the system knows when you're tired. Notice that urgency appears right when you're vulnerable. Notice that choice feels narrower than it used to. Notice that freedom feels conditional. And then notice how quickly we're told not to worry about it. How quickly concern is framed as conspiracy. How quickly people are made to feel silly for asking reasonable questions about systems that quietly shape their lives. But here's the truth. That doesn't get said enough. A system doesn't have to spy on you to control outcomes. It just has to predict you well enough. Prediction is cleaner than surveillance. cheaper, harder to prove, and psychologically more powerful. Because when a system predicts you accurately, it feels like fate, like coincidence, like intuition, like the universe is aligning, and that's when people stop resisting. I think about what this does to us over time, to our sense of agency, to our confidence, to our in choices, to our understanding of fairness. Because if two people can stand side by side and be shown two different worlds, then reality itself becomes fragmented. And when reality fragments, solidarity weakens. You stop saying this is wrong, you start saying this is just my experience. And that's dangerous because it isolates us, keeps us comparing ourselves to invisible standards, blaming ourselves for outcomes we didn't fully control. Maybe you paid more because you hesitated. I know I was chastising myself. Should I have checked other prices? Should I have bought it right away? However, with AI at the wheel, maybe I didn't get the offer because I wasn't the right type of user. And similarly, maybe you missed out because the system decided someone else was more profitable. And you'll never know because the system doesn't owe you an explanation. That's the part that sits heaviest with me. Not that technology exists, not even that it's powerful, but it's powerful without accountability, influential without visibility, personal without relationship. It shapes us without ever meeting us. You don't need to be paranoid to feel it, you just need to notice. And then slowly, carefully, maybe you begin to reclaim it. Noticing is power. Naming the feeling doesn't make you weak, it makes you aware. And awareness is the first step back to agency, because once you understand that the system is optimizing for outcomes, not fairness, you stop taking it personally. You stop assuming it's about your worth, your intelligence, your failure to move fast enough. You see the pattern, and once you see the pattern, it doesn't owe you, it doesn't own you in the same way. You start pausing again, questioning again, choosing more deliberately, not perfectly, not rebelliously, just consciously. And maybe that's what resistance looks like now. Not smashing machines, not disappearing into the woods, but staying human inside systems that would rather we behave like data. Trusting your instincts, sharing what you notice, saying gently but clearly, something here doesn't feel right. Because the moment we stop feeling that, the moment we stop sensing the imbalance, that's when the system has truly won. And I don't think we're there yet. Not while people are still asking questions. Not while people are still noticing. Not while people like you and me are still saying out loud in our own voices, wait a minute, I felt that too. So I wonder if this resonated with you. Definitely, when I kind of put all the pieces together, it definitely made me feel a lot better. So I'm going to leave it there, and I'll speak to you again soon. If I don't get to speak to you before Christmas, have a wonderful one. Bye-bye.